everyone! So, we got to spend the weekend in Washington, D.C. with the Prez and our friends in Congress. It was cool.
Alex and I had the opportunity over this weekend to go to Washington, D.C. for free with Population Connection. Okay, so to get to Washington, D.C. from Washington State, you have to do this terrible thing in which they call flying across the country. And we decided to take a red-eye flight so we could have a full day once we got there to hang out and, you know, do things.
So we had to take a red-eye, dun dun dun, which was evil by all accounts, especially because when we landed, we got right off the plane and went on a bike ride down the National Mall.
So, having traveled quite a bit before, I packed all in my carry-on suitcase, and when they started the boarding call, I got right by the line, so I was ready to get on, and Alex kind of just hung back there like a crazy person. I'm surprised they even got her bags on. I'm surprised she even made it on the plane. I was waiting there, the whole plane was boarded, and where was Alex? I don't know.
Okay, so you all know by now that Kelsey gets the anxiety and the stress, all of it. So we're going to board the plane, and they call oh, rows 25 through 20, and we're sitting on 13, and Kelsey just starts pushing people out of the way and slamming towards the front, even though we're not even in that group, because she has to be first because she gets the stress. And I was just hanging out in the back with our friend Ashton whoa, as Kelsey's pushing forward and people are oh my god. It's kind of weird, but it does get us places.
I took an Ambien and took the darkness as my chance to sleep so I would be ready for the next day. Whereas Alex took nothing and took it as her chance to have a rave at 3 in the morning. I woke up thinking that the plane was going down at one point because I felt shaking. And no, it was just Alex next to me. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. In the middle of the night. What a great way to wake up. Not.
I usually like red eyes because everyone's just kind of sleeping. So you can do whatever you want. And so I got Samson out. Oh. Well, Samson, look, he's a little bit bigger than usual. So it was funny because I waited for Kels to go to sleep, and then I started listening to music. And when I hear Uptown Funk, I can't not dance. You never don't dance to Uptown Funk. And I've heard it enough times in the car or in an airplane that I made up a seat dance that you can do to it.
So I just reached my hand over and said, stop it. And then went right back to bed because I was completely drugged.
Another magical thing about DC is that it has the metro.
So, if you're not familiar with Washington, D.C., they have a metro system that has a bajillion lines that all interconnect, and it's really confusing. And the streets are labeled A through Z, 1 through a billion, and then all of the states pretty much have, and everything crosses at weird angles, and it's really confusing.
The metro is this cool Secret Service type thingamajig that allows you to travel through different places under the ground where no one knows about you. Pretty space-like. It seemed really complicated, but Kelsey likes to be in charge of these things, and so we always got places, and I just kind of followed her around like a duckling.
So it is the most stressful experience on the planet. You have to scan your card on the thing, and the gates open, and you have to go down and you have to figure out which way the metro is going. And I cannot tell you how stressful it is to have people zapping past you while you stand there.
It was another one of those things that brought out the stress. The stress.
And you just don't know where to go. One time we went the wrong way. We literally went the wrong way on the metro and had to get off and get back on, going the other way, because no one corrected me.
And then one time she left me behind when we were trying to load onto the car, And then it started closing, and it was not one of those doors that, like, you get in there and then it pops back open. It would take off an arm, I'm pretty sure, if you didn't get out of the way. And so I was just like, whoa. And then she screams as the door is closing, City Central, Alex! And I was like, with my pillow pet in my, like, business clothes. We were going to lobby on the Capitol. I had my pillow pet. It's one of those things.